time of the week again, bitch. That's right. This is another juicy episode of Old School New School Comedy Podcast. And I am your trash shit talking host, Christy Miller. And we are coming to you live, sort of, from the comic strip here in New York City. And with me this week is would be considered New School. We love her. She's adorable. I've watched her grow these last few years, and she'll be featured in the New York Comedy Festival without me on November 12th. And you can see her on Amazon Prime, and she's very funny in all the clubs in the city. Give it up for Lana Siebel.
Thank you so much for having me. What an honor. I really was excited when you asked. So, yeah, thank you.
She doesn't get out much.
I don't get out. Everybody's been saying that lately. I guess I'm trying to be very optimistic. It just comes off as crazy.
Yes, it does.
I'm trying.
I always laugh. I was talking to a friend of mine, like, because Lana is this is one girl that I've watched grow that is a real good bullshit artist and knows how to get doors open. And I love that. Like, because I'm too fucking honest to people. You know what I mean? I have no filter. I'm 53. So when you get to be in your 50s, you lose that filter.
Yeah.
And you just kind of say what's on your mind and what you think straight up.
I can't wait because I'm about to have a breakdown if I keep this whole niceness up. So, yeah, I think
she's going to go
I'm right there.
One of those Stepford wives.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Everything's happy.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep, it's happening.
Yep.
You guys are here to witness it.
But she's amazing at bullshitting and getting people and like, oh my God, I love this. Oh my God, you're so...
What is
it makes me
actor
pee.
too. So I've been acting for like 20 years. I know when you said New School, I was like, oh, thank you. I'll take the New School. But
New School means, new in the comedy game. Like
9 years of doing comedy.
Yeah, so you're a 9-year-old kid. I'm a 28-year-old kid.
Wow.
In the game. You
don't look a day over 16. Did you guys see her ass? That's a 16-year-old. Right?
And doggy.
Yeah.
But I've watched her grow over the last few years, and she's really come a long way. And this is a girl, like, you know me, my fans know me, that I have no patience for these new jacks that have these huge TikTok followings, but they have no act, and they think they rule the school. And it's like, I can't. Like, I ruin them all. You know me. I cuss them all out. But I really watched you hustle and grow and write, and you're grinding it. Like, you kind of have, I think it's because you're older. Like you're not a kid.
Yeah, no.
How old are you, may I ask?
Let's say I'm 29 for life.
Go fuck yourself. So that means she's 43.
Oh, yeah, let's say in the 30s still. Put it up a little. She really is honest. But no, 30s, everybody.
No,
I know.
Like people say, I'm 29. The bitch is always in her 40s.
It's off now. Oh, my God, it's getting hot in here. The hot scene. Whoa. Are those 43? No, okay. All right. Keep going. Well, yeah, I guess.
How are you not headlining more with those tits?
I don't know, because I'm really trying to be the honest way, as you know. Yeah, we're really...
Oh, God, if I had tits like that, I wouldn't work again. I would headline everywhere. I just wrap the I can't even push mine together. They're so small. It's sad. But I just, you're so cute. So you're in the game 9 years, and I really admire your hustle, because I watch some of these new jacks coming up, and I'm like, what do you think, does magically happen?
Yeah.
Like, they go up, they think they're going to magically get it. So tell me, first of all, I know you've been acting a long time. What got you into stand-up? Why do you want to do this treacherous fucking life?
A whole lot of misfortunate events, I think.
Right?
That's whatever gets everybody into stand-up. I think, okay, so let's start from the beginning. How much time do we have? We have
30 seconds.
Thanks, everyone.
It's NFL Sunday. It's a 2-minute warning. Quick.
It really makes me laugh so hard. First of all, I thank you for saying that. I meant I'm not bullshitting. I think I start to believe the bullshit. It's the acting part.
Everybody
really start, because
the comics are such fucking narcissists. Like, we like, oh, you think I'm great? Oh,
Yeah. So the TikTok thing, everybody's complaining about it. I mean, I'm only 9 years in, but you see people who are just trying to do their internet comics, and then they come up on stage and they're beginners. They don't have the chops. You really do need the chops.
It's
the work and the writing.
But the bookers are like, they are like in New York City, I've seen a huge turnover of bookers in these clubs now. I mean, here at the comic strip, it's the only one besides the Comedy Cellar that's got the has the original bookers in it that know comedy. I mean, Tommy and Jeannie know comedy. They've been around it for 400 years.
Yeah.
The Cellar's been in business 31, 32 years.
Yeah.
And they've been there since day one. Noam and Esty and them have been there since day one. So it's like, and all the managers have been there, have a tenure. Like they all know comedy. And it's just funny to me personally how at the Cellar and the Strip versus the other clubs, how you look at the lineups and it's like, it's a huge, extreme one way, extreme not. You know what I mean? Like, and it's the TikTokers and all these bookers are young. They're like, oh, they got their thumb on the algorithm of the TikTok, the algorithm comics. And then they book them. And then these people think this is what comedy is.
Yeah.
And all these bookers are just booking based on followers.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one thing to have a huge following on TikTok or Instagram. And if you have that, God bless you.
That's great.
You figured it out. I can't because I don't have the patience. And that's my problem.
Yeah. It's a lot of investment. It's a lot
it's a 24-hour job.
And we're actually busy being on stage.
Yeah. I'm writing, I'm performing, I'm going on, I'm calling clubs, getting booked. I'm hustling in my way, but it's like, it's a real talent to get that following, but it's like, also, it's like, when are you going to work on your material?
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be a point where you need to like, okay, I need to buckle down and start writing shit. And every clip that these guys, they go on, they're going to pack the room. So the bookers book them based on the followers. Oh, they got all these followers. They're going to pack the room out. We don't have to spend money on marketing. And then there's 3 people in the audience.
Exactly.
And 2 of them never heard of the person.
Yeah. It's going to be, I'm very,
it will. Yeah. Because, I started in the mid-90s. And I started right as comedy was tanking at that point. Live entertainment was tanking at that point. Like, comedy clubs were empty. We were begging people. So you had to be good to get spots. And I was in LA. So there was 3 clubs and hundreds of comics fighting for it. And they were all good.
Yeah.
Like, all the comics were good. So it wasn't like I'm funnier than them. It's like, oh yeah, I get it,
Yeah.
But at the same time, you had to be good. And it was all word of mouth. And that's how you got booked. Now they have it so easy.
Yeah.
With these algorithm comics, like, I have followers. Oh, I've seen him. I follow him. Or, hey, do my room because you have 100,000 followers or whatever it is. And you know what? God bless you. Do it.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. But my problem is that they look at that only as the following and not as, hey, this person is a following, but are they funny?
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly.
And then they post, this is what kills me.
Yeah.
The clips that these kids post.
Yeah.
There's no laughs.
No laughs.
Like, why would you? I see people post their open mic set.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you fucking doing? You fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would, if I posted a set like that, I would tell you, I would take my phone away from you.
Yes. Yeah.
She's getting old. Come on, Grandma, put the phone down. We're going out.
Yes.
It's like, I can't.
I know. It's infuriating. Especially,
how are you navigating all this? Being 9 years in, considering it, but you kind of came up in the tech age,
Yeah. Yeah.
So how are you? How is it working for you?
It's hard. It's freaking hard. I'm just trying to sit down every day and think, what bit can I do that's groundbreaking, that's amazing? How can I write something that's really honest and funny and then go and work on it? I'm just really trying so I think it helps that let's start from the beginning. I came over when I was so I'm the OG of refugees.
So she's also the Dionne Warwick, the Psychic Friends Network. She saw the fucking war coming. She's like, Mom, we're out of here.
That's right. Yes, exactly.
Let's go to another war zone, East New York.
That's exactly where I ended up. Yes, I came from Ukraine to East New York. Yes, that's amazing.
That's our show, folks.
Great night. That's incredible. I don't know how you predicted that. That's where my relatives lived. I guess they felt comfortable there.
They felt comfortable around the chaos.
The chaos, yes.
That's so fun.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I was horrified. I came here, I'm like, what the fuck? Because, the next day, I was very grateful. My aunt took us to McDonald's and Ninja Turtle movie. The first one just came out, the Ninjas. And I was like, rats, train? Like, what the hell is this? Is so dark.
They're turtles and rats, trains and pizza. Okay.
Okay.
You don't desecrate the teenage.
No, I wanted to go back to Ukraine at that point. I'm like, what the fuck? This is, I dreamt of some kind of amazing, Hollywood palm trees. And
East New York is definitely not.
Yeah, that was.
Well, there's trees in East New York, but there's smoke those over there.
And we just came back, and we were just like in refugee camp. So I'm like, this is.
What,
I did
New York?
not. Yeah, well,
East New York is a refugee camp.
no, so
Shady.
well, we had to go through a few different countries. We had to go
Right.
through Austria, Italy. I know. But I know we don't have a lot of time, and I have a lot to get to you.
All right, fine.
You're gonna be,
Fine.
we're gonna be 78 by the time we're done with this.
As I always tell my favorite person, Barry Ribs, you're circling the runway, Ribs. Land the plane.
Okay, we're gonna try to play. All right, yada yada yada. I started to do Latin dancing.
Yeah, don't hit the table because it's
Sorry.
echoing on it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Very afraid of Christy. I want to do everything she tells me. I want to do right.
Yeah. What am I, poop?
She
Fuck out of here.
yeah. So then for some reason, I focused my whole entire life into doing Latin dancing, and I did that.
That's very Ukrainian.
You know what? All the Dancing with the Stars people are from Ukraine.
Oh my God, that's I don't watch it.
I know. I don't either. I know those people, and we were in the same circle. We were in the finals as a semifinal, and I know who they are. And
see, if they did Lifting with the Stars, I'd be right in.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, we come up with our show together.
There you go.
I'm gonna be eating a cheeseburger. It's a whole thing. We got a whole thing planned.
There you go.
So yeah, I did that 6 hours a day, and then I got nationally.
Huh?
I would perform. I was ranked 7th in the United States, and then I was internationally ranked. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Christy. It was really intense. And I was almost on the Dancing with the Stars show, but then I think I just couldn't take any more. The whole
you were hungry. That's what it was. You were hungry. You're a hungry girl. They're not allowed to eat.
Talk about a breakdown. Yeah, hungry. And I didn't want to have that means of making money, which is a lot of the dancers, the students fund their lifestyle by paying them to go on the competitions. So they pay for their competitions while they're dancing with the people who are more beginner, who are usually have.
So basically, it's a
good income
sponsor.
It's a sponsor, and it's very weird and creepy. I couldn't stomach.
The next thing you know, you're trafficking it out to.
That's pretty
like in Amsterdam in a fucking dungeon somewhere with fucking hashish and an old man named Gary. Like, what? How did I get here? Where's Law and Order at? Like,
I don't know how Christy knows all these things, but it's pretty amazing.
Because I run one of those rings.
Yeah. You treat everybody nicely. So,
yeah. Okay. I'm about as sweet and a fucking.
Wow, we got dark real quick.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We'll be right back. But it's awesome. So then you got hungry. So you're like, fuck, you want to eat, and then you're like, I'm gonna talk shit about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna talk shit about it, which I don't really.
Why don't you talk about this more?
I should. Yeah.
You need to, because it's a huge part of who you are.
Yeah.
And it'll actually connect the audience to you.
Yeah.
You need to start writing out funny shit, and then there's the reality, joke writing.
I just try to do it. I'm like so earnest. I really want to do it the honest way. So I'm like, stand up now. I'm going to really focus and just do stand up. I'm not going to be a gossip.
Honest way. Fuck
I know. I
stand.
Yeah.
And just do it any way you fucking can, and you don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
You know, that you don't hurt anybody, you don't hurt yourself, but at the same time, you get to where you need.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, if you talk about this shit with the Latin dancing and Dancing with the Stars, and then kind of make yourself the butt of the joke a little bit and roast them, tell your story, and then the punches can be embellished. That's what comedy is. We exaggerate the punchline because it helps magnify it to make a point, so it makes it funny.
Yeah.
And you have such great stories
people about it, because I think they think this kind of lifestyle is glamorous, and it's so,
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, I would like to warn them.
No, don't warn them. Just let them fall. Let people learn. Like, this is our problem in America, is that we coddle too much.
Yeah.
We coddle people. We don't want them to hurt. No, they have to fall down and skin their knee. They need to get hit by a bus once or twice to figure out, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't walk into traffic. Oh, remember when we were kids, I go to touch the stove. My mom goes, don't touch the stove. It's hot. I go, why? She goes, she took my hand and touched the stove. See? I go, ow. She goes, now you know not to touch the stove.
No.
You got to learn. Kids, we coddle people too much, and that's why everybody's triggered. I have a pronoun, and I'm triggered, and my feelings are hurt, and I'm not seen. Go fuck yourself. See yourself. Be whoever you want to be. Don't worry what other people think. Channel your inner Deion Sanders is the best way I can say it. Your inner Deion, because your opinion of me doesn't matter to what my opinion of me is. It doesn't have any reference to that.
Christy, I don't know if it's coming across, but she's filled with so much love and no, seriously, just like she's one of those, like she'll teach a bird how to fly. She'll just push him into the air and let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Gen X is all about. We're tough.
Yeah.
Gen Xers, we've been on both sides. We grew up with, wall phones that our parents would beat us with the extra long cord, and they could chase you down the hallway hitting you with it. Or we slammed phones down. We played at night when the street lights came on. We knew to go home, or where our asses were beat. Nowadays kids have phones, and kids have this safe spaces, but we're old enough to appreciate technology.
Yeah.
As it started, we were too old to learn it the way the kids were, raised in it. So they're fucking masters.
Yeah.
They're fucking incredible at this shit. And I sat in lockdown and taught myself this shit. I just played around with everything for 14 hours a day till I figured it out. But at the same time, I got to appreciate life without cell phones. Oh, the phone rang at the apartment and I wasn't there. Oh, well, there's voicemail. You couldn't get a hold of somebody, you left a message and you moved on with your day.
Kind of nice.
It was beautiful because it was quality.
Very toxic. Yeah.
Now I'm like at the phone, like we're staring at the phone, and I'm like, it's like in my hand, like our hands, like everybody's got tendonitis now and carpal tunnel from texting. It's called text thumb. It's now a syndrome.
Yeah.
And you have the
and you don't get any endorphins by looking and scrolling and Yeah.
No, I get endorphins by lifting weights and telling jokes. I don't.
Yeah, and eye contact with you. We're not looking at a phone.
Yeah, this is human interaction.
Yeah.
Ew, what is that? Oh, it's a person.
Right? Yeah, back to my phone.
Going back on Zoom. Okay. But it's tough to navigate, and so you had a lot against you coming from the Ukraine, living in East New York over there, but the Dancing with the Stars thing is so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And then you left all that, and then you chose this life.
I know. Well, then I went into acting, which is also, I don't know. And I went and I really studied that, and I went to Strasbourg and I did the whole method.
You are so Russian.
I know, right? It's like everything's so literal.
Everything is so intense.
It's so intense.
The best lifters in the world are Russian Olympic. Yeah. They start these kids at 11 and 12. And look, that's why fat fucks doing in America.
No.
PlayStations and eating cheeseburgers and smoking weed.
They lose their minds because they're like, we're trying so hard. And it's like, you need to chill out. Yeah. Sometimes you chill out.
It's balance. It's a balance.
And I need to learn balance.
Yeah. Everybody needs to learn balance, but it's so crazy. So you started this. You went into acting.
I went to
and you found out it's horrible.
Found out it's so irritating.
It's so disgusting.
And then I went to HB Studios and I studied like one of the best, Austin Pendleton. I don't know, a lot of people probably know. He's a big coach. He played on My Cousin Vinny. He played the prosecutor who stutters. He actually has a real stutter.
Hilarious.
And he plays in a lot of Muppet movies. And one of my best roles in that class was I played somebody who was 97% brain damaged. And
so that prepared you for stand-up. We're all fucking brain damaged. Who in your right mind gets on that stage?
I don't know.
Sits there and talks to people and likes it. Even when they're bombing, we're like, oh, that's so hot.
Yeah,
it's like
there's something very wrong with us. Yeah, wrong. We've been through a lot. Just it's a whole different level. But yeah, so he said, he was like, I've never seen it done quite that way. That was the most natural. He said, maybe like a little speech impediment, but not really. There was something about this. And I to this day, I'm like, is it because I'm a brilliant actor or is it because he thinks I'm brain damaged?
Well, I think it's, I guess you are brain damaged, but
I literally am. I broke my hand when I was 7, first got here.
Sure.
Yeah.
New York.
Yeah, the concussion never really healed.
She should play football.
Yeah, I really should.
She's on concussion protocol when she gets off stage. But it's also, it's cultural.
Yeah.
I love when I see like other cultures attempt stand-up, like American stand-up. And it's so fascinating. I love it. Like I love like when I hate doing all women shows. It's the same fucking periodist joke over and over. You know, I can't stand all black shows because it's the same note. All white dude shows, you know.
I gotta say, with you, all these shows that are supposed to be like all inclusive, they're actually exclusive. Why? Because all kinds of different people together.
Well, because they had to go exclusive because they weren't inclusive, and it kind of just, now everybody's kind of territorial, and like, because back in the 90s, we had to have Fat Tuesdays and Chocolate Sundays in LA because, you know, Guy Torrey started that. Guy Torrey went to Mitzi Shore and Scott Day and said, you know, I want to do Fat Tuesdays. I want to do a black night, and get all these urban comics from South Central and Compton and everything, you know, down in the area that only worked the Chitlin circuit. They never played mainstream clubs. And then Guy Torrey started it in the Belly Room every Tuesday night, and it would sell out, and it would be so packed that we moved it to the main room. And then Guy Torrey went on to do a movie before the main room show. Like, Guy Torrey went on to work on a movie, and Buddy Lewis took it over. So you got two different styles. And, you know, Guy Torrey's, you know, street comic, you know, funny as fuck, and him and his brother Joe Torrey. And so, like, he would host it. And then when they left to go work on a movie, Buddy Lewis comes in, who does crowd warm up. He works the cruise ships. He's very clean, like very funny as hell. Oh my God, Buddy Lewis was so funny. But it's so funny, the energy he brought was so different than Guy. Like, Guy was tough and hard, and the comics were just bam, 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 and crush. But they didn't have, these comics were never getting booked in the mainstream clubs because they were too black. Like Mitzi, too black. Oh God, no one's gonna get it. And it's like, but Mitzi loved black comics. So she's like, yeah, let's do the show. And then it grew to the main room, became a big phenomenon.
Oh, wow.
And like turned West Hollywood into like a whole thing on Tuesday nights. Like, it became a big thing.
Yeah.
And it was huge, but we had to have that. And then we had the women's shows in the Belly Room, and we had to have that because at that time when I started, it was only like 8 out of 10 comics were men.
Yeah.
And you never saw many females. And then as time grew in the 2010s, you saw a lot of female comics, and it really got inundated, which was great. And but again, we still have to have these shows because if you look at regular lineups, it's not
male.
And also what pisses me off too about all that is, and I'm sure you've seen this, especially you work all those, you know, indie rooms in Brooklyn that I can't.
Yeah, I get it.
I can't.
They're not.
I can't.
The greatest.
I can't. But they're adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they would hate me.
No.
But
no.
But places like, you know, they have, I call it check the box comics.
Yeah.
Do they check the box? Okay, we'll book them. It's like, well, there's a lot of checkbox comics that are funny as fuck, and you're not booking them. You're booking people just because, they check the box because, and this is the tea, homie. I'm being very Paul Mooney right now. The tea is, when I was coming up and they would book women, they say, you got to book more women, right? We've been having this fight for 30 years.
Yeah.
And they would book the worst women, mediocre women, and then they would turn around and go, yeah, this is why we don't book women. They don't do well in this club, so we don't book them. You'll hear this from bookers all on the road. Yeah, we don't book women in this room because they don't do well. Well, it's because you're not booking the right women. I'm like, I have a list this long in fine print of funny fucking bitches that throw down, that can crush harder than any guy I know.
Yeah.
And same thing. And I'm so tired of the check boxes too, because then it starts alienating people.
Of course.
Because I think you're being inclusive, but you're really being exclusive.
That's what I said. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why we just need to mix of the best comics, and I mean, in an ideal world, and then just the internet comics who are beginners, who've got like 2 million followers, have their show, like the special,
Special Olympics.
Yeah. Why don't they let them pack it out and let them do all that fun stuff?
Yeah, have them
do the fun, exclusive just for them.
Yeah, because
so they can grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They need, I always tell people, back in
the main show, so people start to hate comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
like on your main shows, like on Friday and Saturday, you want to put your best stuff.
Yeah.
like Mitzi would put all the heavy hitters Friday nights and Saturday nights in the OR in the main room. And every club I've ever played, think about it, all the headliners work the weekends.
Yeah, because the million follower people or the 3 million follower who are beginners it's like a one huge bringer thing. That's what it's become.
Put them on
it's a
during
glorified bringer. Yeah,
put them on during the week when you know days are slow.
Yeah,
but you know, what do I know?
Yeah,
but so
just suggestions.
Yeah,
we
it's
should
just my God, guess what? I forgot to turn the light on.
I was gonna tell you, but I didn't want to get. I didn't want to get you.
Oh my God!
Because we were really passionately talking. So.
All right, so
Christy's gonna kill me now.
No, I'm just gonna kill myself.
No, please don't. We need you. No.
But no, but it's true. But it's never.
Speaking of killing ourselves, the next thing I did was improv, which was the worst thing. Yeah, it was. So because I didn't have the balls to do comedy, I was already like at a low point. You know, the acting and the auditioning and the and then I worked a lot of dead end jobs, so I can keep auditioning and acting. And I literally had this incident. I was a preschool teacher a couple of days, and then I taught dance as well, and that's so I could get insurance.
Sure.
And there was a 2-year-old, and one of the parents was telling me like, oh, so I heard you were a nationally ranked dancer and you know the people in Dancing with Stars. I'm like, I do. And then I hear from the bathroom a 2-year-old going, Lana, wipe my ass. So that was
that was me.
God damn it, Christy. So that was kind of a low point. But so then I did improv, and my husband was kind enough to come to a show, and I was doing one scene. He's like, you should really stick to acting. You know, the acting scenes were good. Yeah. And then he said, please don't do this again. Or if you do, don't invite me. So then 4 levels later, I kept doing it. And it was one of the, I don't know if you guys watch The Office and Michael Scott does improv. That was me. But instead of like every scene he comes up in as an FBI agent, I came in with like mommy issues. Like I just came in with a mother scene, another me imitating my mother. And it was very like high school. Everybody was really mean. And and just they had their own like and I felt like such an immigrant because I really didn't know all their like references.
Sure, it's cultural.
Yes. Like,
yes.
I don't know, and it was awful. But I did 4 levels because I was like, I got to get this right.
She hated it that much that she spent all of the time. But I think because I did the Groundlings in the 90s and I left after level 2.
That was smart.
And level 2, my teacher, she said, get out of here. She's like, don't waste your life in here. I go, but she goes, no. She goes, you're better than this place. Because, but I only took improv at the Groundlings just to be able to trust my gut and for writing to like, because the funniest thing is when you don't think about it and you just blurt it out, the funniest shit comes out. So I took improv just to better my writing skills and trust my gut on a joke. Like just trust yourself. The funny will come out. And so that helped me a lot gain confidence on stage because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to deal with hecklers as I get, more up the ladder as I start working better clubs and start working the road. I'm gonna be dealing with hecklers, so I want to be able to trust my gut with that. And I also, I don't know about you, but I can't write on paper. I can't write jokes out. I have ideas.
Only paper for me.
And I can't. So I
feel like a millennial. I feel like you're more younger and I'm more of a
I'm like, I will write an idea down, like a premise. And then I'll let it simmer in my brain, and then I go on stage.
That's better for me
and
too.
Trust my gut and talk about, because I'm like, okay, this is a premise, and this is how I have an emotional reaction to this. And this is a thought, and this is a funny reaction. So I'll just go up and talk about it, and I record everything. So then I go home and listen to it. I go, oh, that was great. I know exactly what I want to do with this now. Okay, now I want to take it in this direction because I opened up something here. I'm like, oh, I didn't like the way that sounded. I'm going to get rid of that. So that's how I do it. And then in a couple of weeks of working on it, it's done. And then as time goes by, it grows because I evolve over the time. So I can, but that's how I write. But I have premises, like my set lists are outlines. I as time went on, I start to really write out things more. But then again, I do go up on stage and then change a lot of it. So I do write up on stage as well. But I do try to. Of course you do, because you're trying it out. But that's the whole thing. But I can't write it out on paper.
Yeah.
But I have a set list, and it's like when I did my album, Brutally Yours, on Apple iTunes,
So funny.
Spotify. She's lying.
No.
But I literally had my set lists, the 3 pages in outlines, like the topic, the premise, the beginning, middle, end as a bullet point, and then it was like all like an outline, and then I would write down on the monitors things for the set list monitors that I wrote down bits on a list in big Sharpie, so I wouldn't forget these bits, because I already had, like, I was doing 90 minutes. So,
yeah.
And I was for a 45-minute album, which ended up being an hour and 5.
Oh, wow.
So, they kept a lot of it, and we kept, dropped stuff off. I'm like, I don't like the way that came out. Cut it here.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And we only cut 20 minutes. So,
wow.
But it wasn't 20 minutes of enough to be like, that's a solid set to do, because it was just pieces of everything. So, I'm in the middle of writing the next album, but I wrote the set list on the monitors of the things I knew I would forget if I was up there.
Yeah.
But that was it. And it's tough, but it's like, that's how I write. But you have to if you have to write it out, then fucking write it out. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Because I would remember shit more if I wrote it out.
I'm putting so much pressure on myself, because now we do have so much competition. So, like you said, the internet, I know. And I'm like, I have to be the most amazing, like from the get-go. And then I do end up changing a lot of it, because the adrenaline kicks in, and then you write on stage.
I'm going to give you a piece of advice.
I'm listening. I'll take from you.
Have fun. Don't put pressure on yourself. Seriously.
Yeah.
I go out there, I have a blast.
Yeah.
The other night, the audience was tight, and they were not responding. I did say something by accident that really shut them down, and then I was digging myself out. But they were so attentive. They were on every word. They're like, yeah, and then what? And then what? And it was so cute.
Yeah.
But it was like not my normal reaction. I usually get crazy. So I really kind of but I still had fun.
Yeah. No, I'm having more fun. I'm
good.
Definitely, but I think in general, I just don't have too much fun.
Yeah, loosen the ponytail.
Yeah, I gotta
loosen the ponytail.
Oh, for sure, in every to loosen.
Up the bra. Let the things fly.
No,
girl.
They need to be yanked up to my nose.
I wish I had that problem.
Well,
now that the light's on, they can tell.
Oh, no. As soon as the bra comes off, they're sweeping the floors. But this
perfect. They'll picking up change. There's a quarter.
Too bad it's a carpet here. I could have really been contributing. But no, I need to let loose. That's for sure. Everybody tells me that. I need to get out more, and I need to let loose.
Just remind yourself that this is fun.
Yeah.
And when you're having fun, the crowd is going to have fun with you.
Yeah.
If you're stressing yourself out and putting all this pressure, the crowd is going to feel that pressure and react.
Yeah.
So if you go up there and just have a good time and just let things fly, fuck it. I'm going to have fun.
Spiritual take.
You're much younger than I am, so you'll figure it out. I'm 150 in dog years. I'm in my late thousands.
But you're young. You're much younger. So I'm Eastern European and Jewish. That's like a late.
She's 95.
Exactly.
And 170 in Jewish years.
Cultures.
God.
Yeah.
It's from the Stone Age.
Exactly.
So what was Jesus like when he was coming up?
He was a lot of fun. He was like prostitute. No, he had a following.
Yeah. I thought he was gay. He had 12 dudes always following him around.
That's what I said.
And they wore dresses. Easy access. Lift up your skirt, suck his dick. Oh, I'm sorry, God. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway.
I'm single. Anyways, yeah.
But, so that's all. So with a and done.
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun with it. And, so,
we were at improv, I think. And then how did I get to comedy? That's what we were trying.
We did the improv and she got lost.
And I finally got the balls. I did.
Thank you for keeping up with us, because I lost that where we were.
So that's what I did. I go on a tangent. Finally did a first open mic, and it actually went well because, of course, I over-prepared. I was writing this set for 8 years. And
most of the rest of the open micers would send 8 years opening writing.
be very considerate. Yeah, and it went well. And the other comics who were more seasoned said that was really good.
Aw.
Yeah, and then the second.
Where was your first open mic at? Where was it? You remember?
At the it's the comedy shop now downstairs.
Oh, the old Village Lantern.
Old Village Lantern. I went to the.
I loved the Lantern.
It was really good.
It was a lot of fun.
It was the bathrooms were a little crazy. Yeah, creepy. So I was just practicing and sweating and and but the second one was awful, and the third one, and and then the next couple of years was.
All right, so what was one of your best sets that you ever had, and where was it? Like what?
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, what was your favorite night? Like I fucking murdered, and I was so high from it, and where was it?
Punchline Comedy Club.
Philly?
It's a year ago. In Philly. Thank you again. Christy's keeping us on track. The war in Ukraine just started.
Oh, that's like
yeah.
For the snack.
Yeah.
God handed you a gift.
Yeah, I was. Well, I don't try to lean into any one thing because I'm trying to be like noble and like just work on the. But
no,
I explain. I was.
That's who you are. That's where you're from.
Yeah.
This is God handing you 10 minutes of material.
For Ukraine at that point. Now they don't care because it's exhausting.
Oh, I'm still for it.
I'm
still for it because fuck Putin. He's
yeah.
Just got to stop the midget.
It's off. It's
see the little Russia.
Yeah. Yeah. But that I went up. It went really well. I felt all the love. And
Philly has garbage people, but I love
them.
Oh.
Good.
Philly and Boston are two of my favorite cities to play.
We're performing in Boston.
Oh,
excited too.
They're garbage. It's Irish. My people. Oh, I love Boston. I love Philly.
Yeah.
I have the best. Oh, it's just because they want to see the raw. They don't want to see anything polished or pretty. They don't care. They want to see the real.
Yeah.
I love it when you're real and raw with them.
Yeah. It's gotten really weird. Like I did a show last week in Brooklyn, and I have this joke does well all the time. And then, but it's about me being Jewish and complaining a lot. And people were like, oh, like I can't even be honest who I am.
No, you can. They just can't fuck that. No. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's strange. I'm like, why are you gonna... I'm grateful that you're here, but it's like, you make fun of things.
Yeah, we throw ourselves under the bus.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's fun, yeah.
I come out, I have a line that I use, and it usually breaks the ice.
Yeah.
And I go look at him and I go, look at this lady. She's looking at me going, oh, finally, a real man on this show. And I flex. And it usually kills because it's like, hi, I don't take myself serious.
Yeah.
Nothing. Friday. Nothing. Usually it just murders, and it's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just so silly. Like look, I'm silly and stupid. Yeah. We're going to have a good time going crazy. And they got, they felt bad for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't feel bad for me. I did this on purpose. Do you see this? This is all on purpose.
Yeah.
Oops. I didn't fall into a gym and bench 350. You know what I mean? Like, you got to work at it.
I think you look great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. But, it's so funny that they got so disturbed that I was making fun of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I had one night, this is a long time ago at the Grizzly Pear downtown. I mentioned my age, something about, because I have jokes about not getting my period and all, all this getting old stuff. And this girl in the front row, she's like in her early 20s. She's like, no, you can still have a baby. It's okay. And I said, bitch, I don't want one. Are you kidding? I'm selling. It was so funny because she felt so bad for me that I was not have my period anymore. It was so funny to me. And I'm like, okay, you all need to go back home and learn how to watch comedy.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think people get, that's the thing that really freed me up and helped me so much that I could not take myself so seriously. As a dancer, I used to take myself so seriously, and it was so depressing. Yeah, you can never make fun of.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and it's so debilitating as a person to be that serious about everything yourself.
Yeah, it's literally like
you want to kill yourself.
It's literally like burning the bra when you make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
It's freedom.
It's such freedom.
Yeah,
wonderful.
It opens up a whole world to you. So tell me, what was your worst set and where was it? Do you remember? Where you bombed so hard that the Ukraine reported it. That Putin took credit for it. That was me.
Really? Wow.
She doesn't bomb. Okay, fuck you.
No, we don't have enough time
Hilarious.
for all the times that went horribly wrong. Well, I did this one show, I remember, in Pennsylvania, and okay, they were laughing for all the wrong reasons. I went with my husband and son. They dropped me off 3 blocks from wherever this venue is because they're like, we're not going near that place because it looked terrifying. And and I did, I'm Jewish. I make fun of myself, but they were very heavy anti-Semites there who were laughing for all the wrong reasons, and it was a little scary. Especially there was one older lady, maybe in her 80s. She got very drunk. I think she was gonna cook me up with some stew. I don't know. It was really freaky.
She probably came here to find you from the Holocaust. She's literally left over. I was waiting for you.
That's exactly
in the car.
That's
the train's about to leave, lady. What the fuck? People are crazy. Yes, I love scary stuff. I love
so. It was terrible.
I'm so happy you were on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're so adorable.
I love you.
I love to wrap up.
This is a real freaking feminist over here. I'm just saying. All the women were like, "Oh, I'm for women." No, you really uplift people in general.
Because why,
and I'm not bullshitting.
Yeah, but why not?
Yeah.
Even when people heckle me and hate me, I build them up.
You do.
I have it's one of my gifts, and I'm very lucky. Thank you, God, for the gift that I can destroy a heckler by building them up, and so they don't have any receipts on me. Yeah, whatever. I just like to make people laugh. Your pain is not my pain, and I'm not the cause of it. I'm just a punching bag, so I'm not going to take it on. You have to go home and live with yourself. I'm going to have
I don't want you to be a punching bag.
Well, whatever.
Anyways.
I want to be a Gucci bag. How about that? It's a
Gucci
Balenciaga.
Everybody wants that bag.
Yeah. Anyway, so I love to wrap up the show with these 2 questions because they're a fun question. You're so hilarious.
I am so ready.
This is how fucking Jewish she is. She's Ukrainian. She's probably memorized this.
I tried. I couldn't get
so.
Okay.
The first question is, I always ask this because it tells a lot. Because I have a list. Is there a bit a comic has done that made you go, "Fuck, that is brilliant. I wish I had written that"?
There was a bit that I was doing 5 years ago, and I said, if it was Brad Pitt, not Louis C.K., it wouldn't be a scandal. That's exactly what I said. Then a month later, we see Dave Chappelle say the exact same thing on SNL, and other comics who had seen me, they're like, "You said the same thing." There was a few that came up to me, and I'm like, "Well, can I do it?" I don't know. All I cared about.
You know why? A lot of comics would do it because it was a very obvious premise.
It's very
because I did the same thing.
Yeah,
I think 50 comics did that joke.
Exactly. Yeah.
Rape is only rape if he's ugly. It's that concept.
Yeah, and I talked about then how if it was Idris Elba, even my husband would go along, and I did the whole thing. I did all this impression of Brad Pitt asking me, and it was the greatest day of my life. So I went into
it would be.
Yeah.
The greatest day of my life. I'm like, dude, hook me up.
Yeah.
Ocean's 13, 14 and a half.
And then I just wrote a bit about how kids are the worst house guests. And then I was like, but that sounds familiar. And then I looked it up, and Jim Gaffigan has a similar bit where kids are the worst roommates. So now I'm just trying to figure out if I could still, it's a little different.
You just have, if it's from your own personal perspective and your own experience, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Because it's just a similar, it's like saying white people do this and black people do this. Yeah, everybody does that bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's your own personal experience. So if you really lived that, he's lived it, you guys have similar lives as comics, but also as parents.
Yeah. Well, he's got 5, I've got 1, but yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now the second question is, because I used to open for Paul Mooney for many years.
Here we go.
He would close his shows with street jokes.
I love that.
But he would Mooney-ize them.
Yeah.
And comics, when we're on the road together, we love to tell a good street joke. Everybody loves street jokes. So what is your go-to street joke?
All right. I've got 4. How much time do we have?
Oh, we got to wrap it up.
All right, let's do a real quick one. I'll do 2 really quick.
I'm going to give you the lights.
What happens when it's
we didn't have it before.
Don't stop. I'll keep going.
Okay. What happens?
Until you take it off. What happens when a Jewish guy with a full erection runs into a brick wall?
Nothing.
He breaks his nose.
Good night.
I got one more. This my son told me. Okay, this guy has a very old man for his neighbor, and the old man always comes over at 9 a.m. I'm sorry, I'm going to read this, and knocks on his door and asks, "Where's my wife?" And then the man has to tell him, your wife has been dead for quite some time. Now this man has thought of moving out. He has thought of not answering the door, but it's all worth it when he sees the smile on his old man's face.
Okay, if you would have told that clearer, it would have been funny.
I'm reading. I got 2 more, but we have to go.
Do one more, and then we're out of here. Cause
all right. Oh boy. Okay.
read it properly.
Okay.
Read it in English.
This one is super. I should have memorized this.
You should have.
Rich man and poor man both have wives. Okay, with the same birthday. The poor man asked the rich man, what he got his wife for her birthday. The rich man says, I got her diamond earrings and some cash. And the poor man goes, well, why did you get her the diamond earrings and the cash? And the rich man says, because, if she doesn't like the earrings, she has the cash. The rich man asked the poor man what he got for his wife, for her birthday. And the poor man says, I got, a pair of slippers and a dildo. And the rich man asked, why did you get her a pair of slippers and a dildo? The poor man says, because if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go fuck herself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, girl, I love you so much. I'm so glad you were here. And tell everybody where they can find you on the socials.
Please, Instagram. I would love that. It's Lana Siebel, Siebel. Because I don't know, Christy, I know we've been talking a lot about it. There's a lot of shit about influencers. But, I don't know if you knew I'm an influencer as well. You knew that? Yeah. My husband, he's deeply depressed. I influence that.
Ba-dum-bum. Oh, wait, I do have the rim shot on.
Yeah, please, let's do it.
It didn't work. There it is.
Lana Siebel, that's the main one. I don't really do TikTok or Facebook, but yeah, it's all Lana Siebel, so.
Excellent.
Yes.
And you can follow us also on Instagram at Old Skool New Skool Comedy, spelled with a K, old OLD SKOOL, new SKOOL comedy. And you can follow me at Christy Miller Comedy on all the social medias and here on YouTube. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the show. See you next week, bitch.